a very warm welcome back to the channel.
My name is Felix and this is Roy.
My name is Roy. And today we have a very special guest.
You'll be seeing a lot of him lately.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Sterre. I am a friend of Roy and Felix.
Yeah.
And today I'm here to do a video about perfumes. So yeah.
Exactly.
Because you're quite the expert, I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah. So
explain why you could call yourself an expert.
yeah, I wouldn't call myself an expert,
Okay.
but I'm just really interested in the topic. And I've been collecting fragrances for a while now. And my dream is to become a perfumer one day, so to make perfumes myself. And as we will discuss like later in the video, I'm already doing that a bit. So yeah, I'm just very interested in it. I have quite a lot of perfumes, and almost all of my free time I'm spending reading about perfumes and new releases, and just like informing myself about raw materials and the stuff, just everything about perfume, basically, and perfumers and stuff. And I'm always watching reviews and reading about fragrances and just informing myself about the topic.
Yeah, how many perfumes would you say you have approximately?
At this moment, I didn't count them, but I think 60-ish perfumes.
Okay.
So in the perfume world, like it's not really a lot, but for my age, like I just turned 20, it's fine, and I'm super happy with it. So yeah, but I hope to grow the collection a lot more in the future.
Okay. And now,
Yeah.
why could you call yourself an expert?
What do you mean?
You're doing a little internship.
Oh yeah, it's not really an internship, but late last year I got in contact with a Ghent-based perfumer, and he did ISIPCA, and ISIPCA is the only school in the world where you can become a perfumer, and it's quite difficult to get in there and to get the degree because it's super expensive and it's just a big deal, and not a lot of people get in and even less get out, you know. So he's a perfumer and he lives in Belgium, so it was a super nice opportunity for me to connect with him, and he invited me over to his laboratory in Ghent, and we sat there for hours and hours and we talked about everything perfumery, and he gave me a lot of raw materials to start with, so the basic components of fragrances, which is super nice. And Christophe, I'm super thankful for it. Thank you a lot. So yeah, he gave me a little kit, the basics of perfumery, but not something pre-made or something, just like what he thought I would be interested in. And now I have some 45-ish raw materials to work with, which is not a lot in perfumery terms, but it's super nice for me to experiment with, to get to know them, and just to make my way little by little into the world of perfumery. So yeah, that's on that. So I'm not really an expert on that front yet, but as I said, I just turned 20 and I'm already like in touch with a perfumer in a laboratory, and I have the professional materials on hand, which is super nice, and so I'm super grateful for that.
And about the raw materials, at the end of this video, Sterre is going to portray a little perfume about, or like of,
That it portrays us,
So
you.
I will make a perfume for Frederik, and I will portray him into a perfume. Or I'm going to try to portray him into a perfume. So that's quite nice. Looking forward to it.
Me
Actually-
too. I'm
Excellent.
so excited.
Yeah.
So one of the objectives of this video is to learn something about perfume ourselves and learn you guys some more about perfume, because it's something not a lot of people really have so much knowledge about.
Yeah, and
So we're going, yeah, exactly, and we're going to ask Sterre some questions and hopefully he can answer them.
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
Can I ask my
It would
first
be-
question?
Yeah, you can. Of
So
course.
it's something I always find so confusing, but
Yeah.
that's what's the difference between eau de toilette and eau de parfum and
Yeah.
all that kind of
Okay,
stuff?
so
Yeah.
the different concentrations of perfumes.
Mm.
So yeah, that's like indeed the main question people have, I think, about perfumes. So you have, in fact, like loosely taken, you have like 5 different groups. So you have, I cannot. You have body splash, which is like the least, it's like the Victoria's Secret ones and stuff.
Mhm.
And then you have eau de cologne, then you have eau de toilette, eau de parfum, and extrait de parfum. And those are like the 5 main groups of concentrations of perfumes, from which the splash or eau fraîche is the least concentrated, and the extrait is the most concentrated.
concentration of what? Perfume.
Perfume oils, so the fragrant components in relation to the alcohol content.
Okay.
The typical concentration of an eau de parfum is 80% alcohol, so 20% fragrant components, so perfume. But it depends on which brand and yeah, just which perfumer and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like there's a super big gray area between the concentrations, because everybody calls an extrait an eau de parfum, or some brands which would call their eau de parfum concentration an extrait, which for other brands would be just the
The opposite.
eau de parfum, and then their extrait is way higher concentration, you know. So it all depends, but it's just in that order, the basic concentrations of perfumes. So yeah, I hope that was a bit of
Yeah,
a
thank you. That's
compact
so-
answer to your
Yeah.
question. So yeah, do you have a question or not?
Do I have a question?
Yeah, another question I would ask: what do you think gives perfume quality? What do you look for in a perfume?
When I buy a new one.
Yeah.
So, as I said previously, I have around 60-ish perfumes at the moment, which is, in the world of all the perfumes that there are, is not a lot. So there is still so much to explore. So at this moment, I'm just looking for the polar opposites of what I already have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really thinking about like, okay, I now have this beautiful patchouli, but I want another nuance of it, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm not really looking into the nuances at this moment, or different concentrations of the same perfume or something. But at this moment, I'm just like looking for all the differences in the styles of perfumes, because like I think it's not really doable for me at this moment to own like every different
of course.
like nuance in perfumery. So first of all, I know a lot of perfumes, so I already have in my head the ones I want to buy in the future or in the near future. But so yeah, I'm always anticipating when I read the notes, like, okay, what would that smell like? And I'm like composing it a bit in my head. And then I go to the perfume store and I smell it. I smell the different ones that I'm interested in, and then I see how they smell. And then if it's what I expected, I'm happy, and then I'll buy it. Or if it's the total opposite, and I'm like, okay, this is not nice, I don't buy it. You know, so it's just like what I like and what I don't like. It's not per se to add to the collection. It's just like, at this point, I only buy perfumes when I like them, when I really like
Do
them.
you think there can be a lot of difference in the quality of perfume when we're talking about eau de parfum? Is there a lot of difference in quality and how long
Like
this...
strictly eau de parfum.
Yeah, let's say about one category.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of difference in quality?
Yeah,
Or-
of course, because like the cheapest eau de parfum that I have is one from Zeeman. It's a textile chain here in Belgium, and they brought a fragrance to market for €5, and they claim it's eau de parfum, but it smells super cheap, and it lasts long, but it lasts long in a very bad way. So it smells nice in the beginning, but then it dries down to the most synthetic thing ever. So that's an eau de parfum concentration, but it's just a super low quality perfume. So of course there is quality differences because the concentration doesn't say anything about the perfume.
Okay,
You see? So yeah.
perfect, thank you.
The perfumes I'm going to show you are my favorites for my collection now at the moment, but they're not ranked in any order or something. But I'm going to tell you a bit like which one I got first and go from there. So the first perfume I ever bought was Chanel No. 5, and it's just still one of my favorite scents just because it's the first one I bought with my own money. And I wore it a lot at the time. I was 15, I think. And it's considered quite of a grandma scent, and everybody that smells it is like, oh, it smells like my grandma's bathroom. But I really love it, because on a man, it's just something else. It's just so different than on a woman, because it's just an aldehydic scent, which means that the main player in the fragrance are aldehydes, and those are super abstract chemical molecules that smell like nothing you can really point out. It's just super abstract, soapy. It has floral, so it's maybe on the feminine side, but I think on a man it's super bold and it's super nice, and I just really love it, and I still wear it a lot, although I still have a lot left for being several years old. But this is one of my favorite perfumes, and it's the first one I ever bought. And then the second one I wore a lot in my life is La Nuit de l'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent, and this just smells like my 16th and 17th year on this world, where I went to a lot of cafes dancing with my friends in Lire, the city where I studied. And yeah, I have just a lot of memories attached to this scent, because I bought a big bottle and now it's here. So I wore it a lot. And every time I smell it, I get a bit sentimental, because we're in Corona times and we can't go out anymore. And this always reminds me of going out. But it's a classic at this point. Everyone, or not maybe everyone, but a lot of people know the smell. It's just a super nice, warm, spicy cardamom scent. Super sexy, like date night worthy. And yeah, I think it's a scent that offends no one and everybody likes it, and it's just a super beautiful scent. So yeah, La Nuit de l'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. And then I'll go to this one. It's Gypsy Water by Byredo. This one reminds me of my first year at uni, because I bought it in September and I wore it throughout the first months of uni. And it's empty now, but I still keep it as an artifact. And it just smells amazing. It is super fresh because it has a lot of bergamot and pine needles, but it also has incense and vanilla, and it's such a beautiful scent, and it's quite of a skin scent, so it's not really, it doesn't quite linger in the air like some of my other perfumes. It's more like you have to get close to smell it. But that's what I really like about this one, because it's like subtle but so luxurious and so sensual actually. So yeah, Gypsy water, also super high quality, but because it's a niche perfume. It's made for the love of perfumery and not really to make sales, although Byredo is one of the most commercial niche perfumeries ever. But it's still made as a product for, not for the masses actually. So it's, in my opinion, a super luxurious, super nice scent, but also super wearable. So yeah, this is also one of my favorites. Gypsy water from Byredo. And then I'm going to this one. This is Oud Night by Montal. And this one I bought when I moved into my first apartment. So I'm 20 now, and a year ago I moved into this apartment where I live now. And I always buy perfumes at like special occasions just to also treat myself and just to let myself know that I'm proud of myself, but also just to have a scent connected to a certain time and place in my life. And this one is the scent that I bought when I moved in here. It's just a beautiful, beautiful oud and patchouli combination. And this is the one that everybody in my surroundings know me for, actually, or everyone I met in the last year. But also my friends I had for longer. Just this has become my signature scent. I wear it almost every day. And yeah, it's just one of my favorites because it reminds me of, yeah, getting through difficult times and going to better times. And it just, yeah, a nice reminder for myself. Because yeah, a lot of great memories attached to this one actually, because I wear it every day and I'm quite happy with my life at the moment. So yeah, this one is Montale Oud Night. And then we have this one. It's another one of my signature scents, but it was more in winter that I switched out the Montal one for this. And this is Tom Ford Black Orchid Parfum. So you have it in Eau de Parfum and Parfum, and this is a Parfum version. And it has a lot of more boozy notes added to it to add a lot of sweetness and just make it a more round scent. Because the original Black Orchid is known for being a super quite aggressive black truffle and chocolatey-ish scent, but more black truffle, like the mushroom black truffle. And it's super, super intense and quite sharp, but with the added booziness, it's a super nice, super luxurious scent. And I wore it throughout the entire winter, and it's just a super sexy scent. It screams, everyone knows when you're entering the room, like, and it lingers in the room for hours when you're gone. So yeah, this is a super, super nice one. A standout fragrance, like not much people smell like it, and it's also a smell that people get to know you for after wearing it for a while, you know. So yeah, a super nice, unique signature scent, and I love it. This is Black Orchid from Tom Ford. And then we're going to a nice, easy to wear, no-brainer that I can't live without. This is Repsonse from Louis Vuitton. And it's the first fragrance they ever launched in 1918, I think. And then it went out of production a long, long time ago. And now Jacques Cavallier has brought it back. That's the in-house perfumer of Louis Vuitton. And he brought it back in the new collection, and it just smells amazing. It's considered, when people smell it, super feminine, but I think it's the most beautiful, musky, flowery scent. It's just after the shower, you grab it, you put it on, and you smell like it the entire day actually, because it has a long staying power. And it's just a super nice scent to wear every day when you're just running errands and doing shit. So yeah, super, super nice scent. Love it. Another Repsonse from Louis Vuitton. And then let's go to a cheapie. So this is Bentley for Men Intense from the car company Bentley. But it's created by one of my favorite perfumers, Nathalie Lorson. And she made a lot of great fragrances for niche houses and designer houses. And I just love her style of perfumery. and in this one it just comes out super nice. It's a very boozy, ambery, incensey scent. It's super sweet, and I don't really like sweet scents. But this one is just magical when it lingers in the air, when it mixes with your skin chemistry. It's a very, very nice, super attractive, warm scent, and it smells so expensive, but I paid, I think, 23 euros for it. And yeah, because you kind of disregard fragrances from car companies, because you think it's just like a money grab, and it kind of is, but this one is the most perfect money grab I've ever smelled. And it's just amazing. So yeah, this is one to look into when where you're looking for a super expensive smelling scent that costs next to nothing. So yeah, Bentley for Men Intense. And then let's go to my strangest perfume, I would say. This is L'Innommable from Serge Lutens, and L'Innommable means the unnameable, and that's actually his concept around his fragrance. So he didn't release notes for it, and it's really unnameable. So nobody knows what it really smells like, and some of my friends say it smells like raspberries, some of my friends say it smells like licorice. I think it smells like cumin. I like the spice cumin. But it's the most intense, not understandable, super polarizing scent that I have. And I wore it to uni for weeks last year to just get to know it and just to understand it. And everyone at uni was like, what do you smell like? Like nobody liked it, but I'm super intrigued by this scent. Just because it takes a super long time to understand it and to really see how it reacts to your skin and just what notes comes out and stuff. Notes come out, because every time you wear it, you discover new nuances and new facets of it that you didn't really know that were in here. So it's just one of the nicest perfumes, I think, to discover and to just spend time with. So yeah, L'Innommable from Serge Lutens. It's not really a wearable perfume, but it's just a piece of art. And then I'm going to L'Air du Désert Marocain, LDDM, from Tower Perfumes. So Andy Tower is a niche perfumer with his own brand, and he produces fragrances in super small batches, and he also packages them by hand and writes a note with it, and it's super nice when you get it and you just read his handwritten notes. But this is supposed to smell like the desert air, so the dry, warm desert air coming through a spice market in Morocco. I've never been to Morocco, so I can't say how it smells, but it just gives that vibe. It's super dry, super spicy, amber scent, because it's an amber. So the style of perfume is called an amber scent, but it's just super dry, because mostly amber scents are super sweet, but this is a dry bomb. It screams, it's super nice, it lingers on your skin so beautifully, and it develops into a beautiful musk, which is amazing. And I got a voucher from my, random story, but I got a voucher from my best friend for my birthday from my favorite perfumery, and I went out and bought this with it. So Fien, thank you a lot, you're my baby. And this is that one. So, L'Air du Désert Marocain from Tower Perfumes. And then the last one is kind of a random but super nice. This is another 13 from Le Labo. And I don't know if you know the store Colette in Paris. It was like a concept store, super nice. Every celebrity went there and stuff, and now it's closed down. But Le Labo created it for the store as an exclusive, and it was only sold there. But now Colette is closed and they sell it in every Le Labo boutique. But this is a very, very nice, abstract, super minimalistic scent. It uses only a few molecules, ambroxan being the main one, and something ISOE super-ish. And it's just super abstract, super minimalist, and it comes alive on your skin. It smells like clean sheets, beautiful musk, and it just mixes with your skin chemistry and makes you feel sexy about yourself, because it feels like you're smelling sexy, because it brings out your own body scent beautifully. So yeah, another 13 from the Labo is just a very nice, easy grab fragrance as well. Just a dumb reach, but a luxurious dumb reach that makes you feel sexy like every day. So yeah, this is another 13 from the Labo. Yeah, so that was my list, I would say, for my favorite perfumes in my collection at this moment. I hope you enjoyed it and got a lot out of it, and maybe you find something for yourself as well, and you can go out and smell them if you want to, and yeah, maybe find your new signature scent. And I hope so, because they're super nice.
Okay, so I'm really hyped right now because right at this very moment Sterre is setting up all the smells and fragrances and stuff for me to pick and choose the ones I like to incorporate in my own perfume, my portrait and perfume. And I think it's really interesting how it's going to go. I'll pick the ones I like most, and Sterre will be the expert he is, and he'll choose how much of the fragrance he puts in the end product. So we'll see. This is really something, how to restart.
So, these are the raw materials that I have. So these are the basic building blocks of a perfume.
Okay.
And these are 45, which is not at all a lot, but for me as a beginner, it's a nice start, you know, because with these 45 you can already make endless formulations, you know.
Endless possibilities.
Yeah, there are endless possibilities already. So, but a master perfumer works with some 800 or something. So this is not at all a lot. But for what we are going to do today, it's more than enough, I think. So how we're going to do it, or how I did it with Roy, is you just smell all the different materials, and then you pick and choose the ones that you like, or the ones that you feel like you have a connection with from your past, or just something you remember or something. And then you set them aside, and I'll take them here and build a perfume around them. So maybe if you only choose 5 or 6, I'm going to take them and build an entire perfume around them with ones that I think fit you as well, because I know how these perform in formulations, you know, because you only smell them apart from each other, and then they smell way different than if you put them in combination with other materials. So if you choose 25 of these, I'm just going to use those and see what I can do to portray you.
What you'll make of it.
Yeah, but I'm always going to see what I think would fit you, you know? Because if you choose ones that you like, maybe I don't feel like they suit you, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll take them into consideration for sure, because those are the ones that you chose and the ones that you obviously like, you know? So yeah.
Very intriguing.
Yeah, okay. So that is what we're going to do. And then just choose them. Don't really look at the names already, because a lot of them you know from my perfumes and from me talking about them. But if you smell them apart from the perfumes that I have, maybe you don't really recognize them as the patchouli that I always talk about or something, you know?
It would be more objective.
Yeah, it would be more objective and not really with my perfumes in mind. So just smell them apart from each other, don't look at the names, and see what you're vibing with and what you think would suit you. And don't think of like, okay, this would be nice with this one, or this would be nice with this one. Just smell.
Your job.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, it is, but just smell and see what you like on its own. Okay? Okay, Frederik, so you chose for vanilla, oak moss, oud, tonka Saint-Ginol, Evernil, Santal signature, cedar, labdanum, rose, coumarin, and yeah, that's it. So I'll take those into consideration and start portraying you.
Okay, cool. So did you expect I would choose them?
Yeah, some I really did, but then you left off some that I would think that you would like. It's like Heures, for example, the one you always wear, Dior Homme and Tons, makes heavy use of Heures or Iris, and you didn't choose that one, so that I thought that you would really resonate with that one, but you didn't. So yeah, interesting. But then the Saint-Ginol, I knew that you were going to like it because it's linked with Javanol, and that's the scent you always rave about from the store in Maastricht.
I do.
Yeah. So I thought that you were going to like that one, and then oud as well, because like you like all my oud scents. And I really thought you would like vanilla, and you chose that one. Because you are kind of into the more sweeter gourmands, and therefore I'm not really surprised that you chose tonka bean as well, because that's a really almondy-ish smell.
It reminded me of marzipan.
Yeah.
How you say it in English?
Marzipan, I think.
Marzipan.
Yeah, so no, I'm not really surprised. And also, you really like my Couche du Diable, and you chose labdanum, which is the main player in that perfume. I have Frederik's perfume here. It matured for 2 weeks, so this is the end result, I would say. So the notes got 2 weeks to get to know each other, and they are now, not intertwined, but just hopefully working harmoniously together to make a beautiful fragrance, which is the portrait of Frederik.
Okay.
Here is.
You already put it?
I already put it on.
Okay.
So yeah, smell it.
Oh wow! Oh la la! Oh. Okay.
So yeah.
I'll try to describe it. It smells very expensive, like something you would buy in a shop.
Yeah, because first of all, you don't have to say anything to like impress me or make me feel better about my work. Because like, just be honest and
I'll
say
use
what you
the
want to say.
dictionary I have of perfume.
Nice.
And of course I need to explain it very simple for people at home.
Do you say that they are simple?
No, but not everyone knows
Yeah.
so much about perfume as you do. So I'll just use people language.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I can say about the smell is that it became one big smell. I don't smell all the independent notes I put, because I thought I was going to smell this and this, but no, it's one nice harmonious smell, and it's very a bit musky.
Yeah.
So it's manly, musky, but also not too manly. It has a bit of a feminine touch. So, yeah.
Yeah, glad you like it.
I could really see myself wearing this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because like, what I think is quite nice about it, if I can say so myself, is the depth it has. So, in my opinion, just like, it has a kind of Coca-Cola-ish deep dark vibe, but with a bit of sweetness.
Yeah, it has.
Like a fizzy sweetness. And I think, yeah, not to say that I did a great job, but I can maybe see it myself. Oops. But I like it.
Yeah.
Actually.
And not to make this weird or anything, but I think it's funny because this is one of the most personal things someone has ever made for me, because it's a smell, and smells are things you know from nostalgia or things you like from your childhood, and it's really something. Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. Glad you like it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to do great.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
So Sterre, thank you so much for being in our video, answering our questions and making me my own perfume.
No problem.
It's really
a pleasure. Yeah.
And how did you find the whole thing?
I really enjoyed your top 10 breakdown.
Thank you.
And I found it very informative and educational, but also fun to watch sitting right here and watching you.
Thank you a lot.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe this will be the start of your own
perfume channel
in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
exactly.
It would be really nice.
Yeah, that sounds nice,
Yeah,
but it takes a lot of time. You know?
It does.
The groupies.
The groupie.
Eigenlijk heb je door een
Maar ik weet het.
Of my free time I spend with perfumes, so it would maybe be a logical step to indeed make a channel of my own, but not for now.
Yeah.
So you heard it, maybe in the future.
Yeah.
If you like this content, you'll...
Yeah, put a comment down below and let me know. No, but for real though, would be nice.
Okay. Thank you all so much for watching.
Exactly.
And
Definitely leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Yeah.
Leave a comment.
Leave comment.
And
Leave a comment.
see you later,
Yeah.
alligators.
Goodbye.
Bye.